always so. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Um, to anyone coming in, anyone viewing, I thank you for coming in. And for the replay gang, thank you for watching. My name is Cami. Basically, this channel is about intentional living, changing your life today for quality of life tomorrow, right? Today is I'm going to be sharing my story. As you can see, the title is Snoring. It's not funny. It's not a funny thing. Um, and this is very near and dear to me. Um, I love education and I love impacting one person at a time. And I don't have a problem sharing my story if it could change your life, right? So, also, this is helping me on my intentional weight loss journey, my continuing weight loss journey. I've lost 80 pounds, but I want to lose 60 more. In that journey, I'm changing up different things, you know? So, by me addressing certain things, it kind of helps me to remember where I've been and what I need to do. So snoring. Snoring is has been a joke. You see it on TV, you see it on comedy shows, you see it in movies, everything. They make memes about it, they make jokes about it, but it's not funny. It really isn't. So today, please like, share, and subscribe if you're watching for more content such as this, where we talk about things that may be the norm, but it really is impacting your health. So snoring sounds funny. Some people say you dragging concrete against some cement. You call in the hogs. Different cultures say different things. Um, but it's not funny and it has possibilities of being detrimental signs of your health, right? So basically, let's talk about what snoring is. So snoring is this loud noise, and yeah, it sounds like all those funny things. If you are a sleeper by yourself, you don't know that you're snoring, but you kind of get some signs, and I'll tell you about that. But if you are sleeping with a partner or your family's around you, they'll say, "My God, you were snoring last night." And the thing is that people will say, make excuses. Man, I was so tired. Man, I was so tired. That's why I was snoring. Possibly, possibly. And it's not snoring once in a while is not a problem. It's not a problem once in a while. But if you are always snoring, and it is a problem. Chronic snoring is a problem. Now, if you don't have a partner to or anyone around you that you could know if you're snoring, I'm going to give you some signs that you're having a problem while you're sleeping, right? Um, you can also use like a uh, not a motion detector, like a recorder, and put it in your bed, it actually goes whenever there's sound, it will record it, right? So what it is, it could be a symptom of what is called obstructive sleep apnea. So now we're not joking anymore. So my story, I ended up being diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea, severe, right? I was always tired in the morning, even though I felt I slept. I would get up with headaches, right? I would get up with a dry mouth. Um, I would get up. Um, Sometimes I would be sleeping and I jump up. And when I told my doctor these things, they give you a screening test. And when I took that screening test, it was like, yeah, you need to have a sleep study. So basically what was happening to me, I stopped breathing while I was sleeping. I could have died. Um and it's really serious, you know. So for me, it's not a joke, and for a lot of patients, it's not a joke, but it has a lot of psychological issues. So first of all, what causes sleep apnea? Some people have sleep apnea because they have sinus issues or what they call deviated septum or things of that, where inside right here, because it's supposed to go into two things, and maybe one is a little more narrow than the other, so it's not getting all the air in, right? Another thing is the muscle tone in your throat or your tongue could be poor and too relaxed. So when you sleep, it falls back into here, because here is your esophagus, right? Where the food goes down, and the other side is where the air is coming in and out. Right? So if your tongue falls down in here, right? What you're hearing when you're snoring is that air trying to get through that passage, because the tongue and all the muscles are blocking your airway. I think now, back when I used to hear older people talk about, you know, Miss Uncle Johnny died in his sleep, or Sister Mary died in his sleep. Oh my God. It's possible for you to die in your sleep because you stop breathing. So snoring is your body trying to get air through, out, in and out, right? Another thing that can cause snoring and blockage of your airway is if you have a lot of fat in your throat. So people always say losing weight can help. It does help, but it doesn't help 100%. It's not a cure. Like in the beginning, I did, after I lost 80 pounds, I did see better in my sleep, but I still snore and I do need to go back and get another sleep study, right? Also, children can snore, but most of the time when your kid is snoring, that's a sign that they probably have tonsils or adenoids, and you just take them to the doctor. And sometimes just removing those tonsils as a kid, it alleviates that. Another thing, the thing in the back of your throat is called a uvula, and that right there, sometimes it swells and actually becomes a blockage, it can narrow the opening from your nose to your throat. It's not that big opening. It's a small opening, but it could narrow it, right? Also, alcohol and drug use, drinking alcohol a lot, and you talking about, I'm feeling lit, I'm feeling calm, and then you go to sleep. Actually, what happens, it can relax this so much that it blocks your airway. You know, some people, they drink, they fall out, they pass out, but they don't realize that, and then they're snoring, their airway is blocked because their muscles are so relaxed. And then the final thing is, thank you, Sheen. The final thing is sleep deprivation. Like if you haven't slept, you're tired, you will relax too much, and you will stop breathing. This is serious for me. And if one person hears it and it enlightens one person, I've done everything. I use my journey to help other people. That's it. I do work with a stroke program, and a lot of people coming in with strokes and heart attacks. Guess what they have also? Sleep obstruction. They're snoring. Again, it's called obstructive sleep apnea, right? So those can be the causes of it. I think my cause of it was being overweight for so long. I think that was my cause for mine, right? I mean, I've been overweight since I was born, probably. So, I think that was mine. So what they did tests to make sure it wasn't in my septum, and then I did a sleep study. And I did the sleep study, and when I got and I'm going to tell you, the sleep study is not cute. You get a lot of electrodes on your arms, your legs, everything, and then they tell you to go to sleep. But if you change your mindset, again, this is about intentional health. If you change your mindset to say to yourself, this is trying to help me to see if one day I'm going to die in my sleep, you'll go through it. So what happened? Like I said, my family and everyone, you would say, "Oh my God, Lean, you snore so much. It is like you stop breathing." And I would be breathing, snoring, and then nothing, pause, nothing, and then and then stuff like that. I did that during the sleep study. I stopped breathing. I'll never forget it. The result, I have it somewhere on the paper, but I stopped breathing for over 70 times during my study. From the time I fell asleep till the time they woke me up, it was about 4 hours. So in 4 hours, I stopped breathing. Are you kidding me? And that's them monitoring me. So when you talk about, and it's making a joke about you snoring, your loved one snoring, when they are snoring, what I'm trying to tell you is, when you hear a person snoring, they're stopping breathing. The air is not, and if there is no oxygen, guess what it affects? Your brain. So, what is the treatment for snoring? The treatment is lifestyle changes. You lose weight. Again, these may not, you have to do something and then you got to go and check it again, right? But lifestyle changes, lose weight, quit smoking. If you do smoke, don't drink alcohol and then go right to sleep. But I know that's what it does. People drink alcohol to be able to rest or whatever. Alcohol is a downer, right? Some people, they have to have surgery, and then me, I had to use a CPAP machine. So what happened is, and I got to get a new one. But what happened is a CPAP machine, it goes on your face. Some is all over, and then some is right here, and then some is here. The doctor tells you better. But again, it didn't matter for me. I didn't want to die in my sleep. And like I said in the beginning, when I think back about, I hear stories about Uncle Tom died in his sleep. She just went to sleep and she died. I didn't want that for me. I feel teary thinking about it. So what happens with the CPAP? It blows air, just regular air, down your passage. So whatever is blocking your airway, whatever, whether that's your tongue, fat, whatever, it pushes the air through so you could get air in and out, right? I want to some people, for and I'm speaking for me, I can't sleep on my back for sure. And if you have someone, your partner, someone, or yourself, you sleeping on your back and you tend to be snoring more, that's why you see on TV and movies, turn over, turn over. But that's just for a minute because your damage to your body is already happening. Raise the head of the bed. Some people, they sleep in a recliner, so they're always like that just to keep the throat open. Some people now I see on TV they use these nasal strips which open this part, but that's only if your issue is here. Don't be fooled by the commercial. That's only if it's here. But if your issue is here with what I talked about earlier, um, um, it's not going to work. And yes, I sleep on my side, but I still will snore. I still snore. What's the complications of snoring? So what happens is when you stop breathing in your sleep, there's a part of your brain back here called the cerebellum. The reason why you're sleeping and then you wake up is because of this. What happens is in this part of the brain, it notices that, wait a second, the oxygen level's not right. What's going on? And it sends like a shock to your system. This is why you wake up like that. I did that many times. I would actually be in my sleep, like I feel like I'm not breathing, and I would wake up, and I wake up with a headache. You know why? Because there's no blood, no oxygen was going to my head. I was killing my own self. And another complication that happened is that undiagnosed sleep apnea, undiagnosed for years. You didn't address it. It was funny. People make fun of you. Oh, girl, you snore all night and all that. If you don't get it treated, you know what it did for me? It affected my heart. I end up with what they call diastolic heart failure. That is not, that there's no treatment. What I have to take is medication for like diuretics, because if I don't take it, because my heart is not able to get all the blood at the same time, because my vessels are stiff. So where they should be going like this, they're like this. So when the blood is going in, it's not pushing it out as it should, and then blood, um how you call it, pools in my legs. I can't get, and my legs get swollen. It's just a whole mess. I start coughing. Heart failure. So when people are like, "Oh my God, I got heart failure," the first thing the doctors will say is, "Do you? Let's check your sleeping. If you have sleep apnea." So frequent the complications of snoring are you could get a thing called heart failure because your valves are not working well. Um you're gonna be tired all day. You just don't never feel like you got any rest because you're waking up so many times during the night that you don't realize it. You're waking up, you're not getting REM sleep. So your body's never rested. So you're always tired, right? And then that alone in itself, that you're not resting, you're not allowing your body to heal, right? Leads to so many other complications and diseases. Also, it strains your heart. You can get high blood pressure. Thank God I don't have high blood pressure. But your heart gets bigger, and you can increase, again, it's not so cool, it's not pumping the blood out so nice, right? It stiffens and it gets bigger. It's called cardiomyopathy. But this strain on your brain, on your breathing, on your heart, increases your risk of a heart attack and stroke. So what am I saying to you? If you have been told you're snoring, it's not funny. It's not a joke. It's not funny. If your husband, wife, partner, you're sleeping and they're snoring, it's not funny. You need to get tested. You need to tell your doctor about it. I told you they have a screening test, and then you can get a sleep study, and from there they can diagnose you. And you know what, a lot of people may not want to, like I ain't gonna lie, like I'll go to bed, I'm like, I'm gonna keep my mouth closed, and I'm gonna sleep on my side, and I'm not gonna snore. That don't work. That doesn't work. I know that I have the because I need to get a new CPAP machine. But in the beginning, when you use the CPAP machine, it's very stressful. Especially like if you have a partner, you're like, oh my God, now I gotta go to sleep with this thing on. But you're saving your life. And if your partner loves you, they won't care. And when you wake up, your body has actually slept. And after the first couple of, like, a week with the CPAP machine was horrible. It was horrible. I was anxious. I couldn't sleep with it. But let me tell you, I kept doing it, a lot of people with the CPAP machine, they give up within the first 2 weeks. But if you could just hold on, um, after a while, when you don't have it on, you you realize a difference. So the goal of this um is not funny. It could mean a matter of life or death. You can, if that brain does not say, wake up, and doesn't send that signal to the rest of your body that to wake her up, you could literally die in your sleep. When I think about the fact that the doctor said that I stopped breathing close to 80 times in 4 hours, it's not funny. I used to go to churches and to different places and talk as to people, especially older people, and they start off by, it's funny. Yep, Uncle Tom be dragging them horses. It's not funny. What we do today, because I waited and I was in denial about sleep apnea. I thought I could fix it. I thought sleeping a certain way I could get rid of it, and all of that. I damaged my heart. So don't wait. Don't wait. Get tested. Go through the process. Um, and if your loved one, your wife, or whoever you sleeping with, they're snoring, encourage them to do that. Um, some other things that you can do, again, lose weight, your eating habits. This is a whole part of my journey here. And this is a part, everything that I do on here is really with my feelings, you know. I love educating people, but I'm okay with educating people I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I was 361 pounds. I tear up for that. That's another story of how I got there, but I want to help people, and you don't have to be overweight. Because guess what? I'm seeing young people, 140 pounds, 160 pounds, actually dying in the hospital because of lack of knowledge. It's not about it's not about weight. It's about health. Change the narrative. So in finality, we gotta lose weight. Even if you don't have to lose weight, you gotta get healthy, meaning cardio exercises, strength training exercises, whether that's walking or beginning. Avoid alcohol, smoking. Um, in the meantime, while if you have been told that you're snoring, yes, like she said, sleep on your side, sleep in a recliner or one of those things that prop you up in the bed. Save your life until you get tested, because the time that you're waiting to get tested and treatment, you're damaging your heart. And there may be that time when the brain doesn't wake you up and you wake up dead, right? So that's it for me. It got a little personal, I will do, when I get my sleeping on the side, Miss Dovey, is good, but it's not always. I need you to get tested. So I don't want anyone to wake up. I had a friend actually whose fiance, he was 37 years old, and she woke up and he was dead next to her. You stop breathing. Just think about that. Snoring is not funny. Snoring is not. Right now, I'm sleeping on my side, but during the night, I think I roll over or something. And Friday night, Saturday morning, when I woke up, I knew I had switched or something during the night, because I woke up and my mouth was dry and I had a whole headache from here. So I knew that I stopped breathing during the night. And I have my sleep study coming up. Um, but in the meantime, I do sleep on my side. And I'm sorry, this got a little personal, but that's how much passion I have about this. Um, I want you to live. Again, what we do today, what we look like 5 years from now. So intentional health and living is what I'm about. And This is Please like, share, and subscribe for more topics like this. In the future, whenever I do get my CPAP machine or I'm going to a sleep study, I definitely will show you that. I don't have it right now. And, but thank you for being on my journey. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Miss Dovey and Sheed, for coming by. I really appreciate it. Again, if I change one person's thought about their life and their health, I've done what I'm supposed to do. So I believe Brooke Valentine is coming up next. Brooke Valentine University. I'm a new person. I really don't know how yet to share and drop the links and stuff. So this is Dovey Milton's Live-a-thon on Sundays, where you get topics from financial, emotional, spiritual, educational, health. Join the Live-a-thon train. Subscribe to Dovey Milton 2 on YouTube, and please go on, hit the next train, right, Miss Dovey? Is Brooke Valentine University at 12:30. All right, thank you for listening. Share and subscribe and like, please. Thank you. Bye.